Welcome back to Wellness Wednesday, a special segment to help you live healthier.
Saturday is National Children's Mental Health Awareness Day. And this morning, joining us to talk about the importance of caring for your child's mental health is Jeff Dismukes from the Oklahoma Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. Jeff, thanks for talking with us this morning.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Talk to us about what are some signs that your child may need help with their mental health. You got a lot of parents listening in right now.
So about half of all lifetime mental health issues begin actually by the age of 14. And that just really brings attention to the importance of us being able to be aware and get children to the appropriate services that they need early before illness progresses. So some of the signs that you might see are children withdrawing, not finding enjoyment in activities that they typically have found enjoyment with, certainly up and down mood swings, in isolation. Those are just some of the things to really look for. And I always tell people it's important the minute you begin to have questions, it's actually important to reach out and talk to somebody, talk to a professional, and seek help. It might not be anything, but it certainly doesn't hurt to be proactive and ask.
You know, Jeff, especially with teenagers, a lot of times there's not always a transparent or a lot of communications happening with parents. And for some parents, that conversation can be a little bit scary to have with their kid. What would you recommend about starting that conversation?
Well, I think it's just really important that we do have those conversations with our children and begin early in life. You don't have to wait until the teen years. Like I said, many of these diseases actually begin to show signs much earlier in life at that 14-year age. So it's important that we make this a regular conversation, make sure that we have these communications lines open with our children and take an interest. You know, a lot of times kids aren't going to come to you and they're not necessarily going to tell you what they're feeling. So it's important to be able to ask about that, ask what they're going through, know about what's going on in their day, and take a real interest. It's not prying, it's being a parent.
How can not addressing this at the children's age affect that child throughout their life?
Well, what we do is we see these illnesses progress, and that's why it's so important anytime. It's like any other disease. You want to find services early. You want to be able to intervene early in that disease process. And when we're able to do that, when we're able to get people to the right services, we have incredible outcomes, better than for many other diseases that we often think of as being dire, such as cancer and heart disease. You know, the important issue is to get to those right services early. And it's not what a lot of people think. A lot of times people are afraid of these services or they think they know what they are. This is an advancing field of medicine. There are many different paths to treatment. And like I said, when you get involved early in that process, the treatment options are just that much more and easier to access.
Mm-hmm. And Jeff, we only have a couple seconds here, but what are some good resources for parents to get connected with those services?
You know, one of the things that we have coming later in the summer is going to be 988, which is going to be an incredible way for families to reach out and be able to find services. But for now, we actually have mobile crisis services across the state. 833-885-CARE. So that's 833-885-2273 is a number that families can call when having questions and if there is a crisis situation. Most of the time we can handle these things over the phone, but if needed, we actually can get services to the family. But also reach out to community mental health centers. Come to the Oklahoma Department of Mental Health website, odmhsas.org. We have a list of services and resources that people can access.
We will link all that to news9.com as well. Jeff Dismukes, thanks for talking to us this morning. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.